Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is our second attempt at episode 20. We had some glitch gremlins last week. The session before last, our heroes destroyed the undead infesting the Hambley farm with the aid of Ava and headed off to brave the infamous Foxglove Manor. We did have a thick amount of suggestions for icebreaker questions from Ghost and Fat Dark Ninja, and I don't think I'm missing anybody. And the question this week is courtesy of Ghost, and it's: does your character believe that Nualia was redeemable? And let's go I believe the traditional order, which is, why am I drawing a blank on the traditional order?
Because we don't have
Finn.
one.
Yeah, I actually have one written down. I just forgot because I've been skipping around a little bit lately. Finn and Lapis.
You do usually hit me early on. It's usually me and Leif and then Nick and Tom. But, so Finn is usually a big proponent of people can change and people can be saved, but Nualia seems like she was pretty out there, and it would have taken a lot of work to redeem her. Like, she probably could have been redeemed, but it was not very likely with the path he was going down. It's definitely not something Finn could have done or helped with.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What about Jacinto, Tom?
So Jacinto thinks similarly to Finn, I think, in that Jacinto also believes that most people are capable of being redeemed. It is more a question of whether they want to be redeemed. And not to dodge the question, but Jacinto doesn't believe that Nualia wanted to be redeemed. And so as a result, he doesn't think that she could have. Redemption is possible for most people, but they have to want it.
Makes sense. And Lahan and Nick.
Yeah, I have to say Lahan's probably in the same boat with these guys. She probably could have been, but yeah, I think she was too far gone.
Fair enough. I feel like Ava would have just been like, no.
Yeah, probably.
Plus, it's one of those things, like, with everything she'd done, she would have never been able to settle back into her old life. You know, she'd have to, like, go somewhere else. I doubt the village would have taken her back.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening at all. Even if she made the effort. But let's come back in where we last attempted this. You guys were pulling up in front of Foxglove Manor. You decided to go for a side entrance where there is a beautiful patio with some some French doors that were closed over, and you guys were going to try and enter there instead of the front door. If I'm remembering correctly, which I think I am.
Yes.
You are indeed.
Yep. So Jacinto looks around and says, Ava's not here. And then continues on with his life, as is usual.
Finn tries to open that door.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to get over to my outline. I was sending Tom a thing. So if you go up to this door, if you attempt to open it, it is locked.
Lahan, can you do anything about this lock?
Probably.
One thing I do want to remind you of, though, you did find a key with the Foxglove family crest on it on the body of the undead inside the farmhouse.
Oh, true. I'm gonna try that key on it.
It works.
I did that. I'm like, wait a second. Actually, this might work. As Lahan's moving forward to the dock.
To be
Tink
fair,
opens.
it's been a
Ah,
couple of weeks, so I figured you might have forgotten about the key.
I did.
Mm.
All right. Now I open that door. I put the key
All
back in my
right.
pocket.
So I will delete that door for you.
Mm.
And this is a wood paneled chamber, sort of a golden color, like a nice rich oak. This room had to have been breathtaking at one point. When it was in its prime, when it was freshly built, or at the height of its use, when it was being constantly maintained and cleaned and polished, it had to have been completely breathtaking. But right now, the floorboards are warped. It's just kind of damp in here. It's right on a cliffside above the ocean. The paneling is scratched and spotted. There's this sort of dark, glittering mold in the crevices and nooks and crannies. And there's a grand piano that you should be able to see on the map. And its surface is splotchy, and the keys look slightly warped, and it's kind of leaning tiredly to one side slightly.
Hmm.
And there's a couple doors exiting this room.
I think Artania will curiously sort of wander up to the piano and like poke at it a little bit.
Skitter over some keys.
There you go. Oh, okay. So I need Lahan to make me a will save.
I'm not even in the room.
I thought you walked in with everybody. Did you
No,
stand
I'm
outside?
standing just outside the door. They're not far
Okay.
enough in for me to follow them. I can see the other doors. I'm not going in there.
Okay. Well, Jacinto.
When do
Well,
I
now you're
ever
gonna have
do
to
that?
separate player from character knowledge. Well, Jacinto walks in and pokes a key, and the piano starts playing on its own. This is not a piano that is supposed to be playing on its own. And while the sound is a little bit disjointed, it is, based on the looks of the piano, you don't think that the sound should be as clear as it is.
Well,
Mysticism check.
pokes his head under the piano. Yeah, I don't see how this should be working right now. Yeah, can we make a mysticism check or something like that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I got a 21.
Wow.
I got an
Wow, you rolled a
18.
two. Yeah, well,
Toot toot.
you get you get a little bit of, you're surrounded by something mystical. Like this house, there is something weird going on, and it is not good. And in particular, since you're so close to the piano, you get a little bit of an angry feeling from the piano.
Okay. Well, that's
Judy, you have to calm down.
weird.
I come check this
Do you
door
want
over
to play
here.
around? You got to go into my room or your room. What was that? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna jiggle the handle of this door over here.
The handle of that door. All right. It's not locked. And you can open it if you want.
I do want.
All right. You open it. You walk inside. This is a simple washroom. There's an ancient metal wash tub with claw feet, a ring of mildew crusting the inside of it. And you're hearing a strange, furtive scratching coming from inside the tub. This is a very, it's a deep tub. It's not one of those shallow ones. It's an old clawfoot tub, where it's about 2 feet deep, if not more.
Hey, Lahan, you coming in with us?
Yeah.
So the scratching in that tub?
Now that they're opening another door, Lahan will move into this first room.
The piano's still
okay.
playing, and when you step inside, now I need Lahan to make a will save.
Why just me? Why didn't these guys have to make will saves?
It might be a character thing.
11.
It's racist against the juntas.
Apparently.
All right. So you see a ghostly figure leap out of the piano, and it takes you up in its arms. And none of you all see this ghostly figure except for Lahan. You just see Lahan grabbed and put into sort of a formal dance position. And she starts being twirled and twirled and twirled around this room while you're listening to this piano.
It's a sexist
Dude.
ghost. I see.
And this
Dude.
figure is a beautiful Patra woman, calico. She's bejeweled, wearing a very fine dress. Incredibly beautiful. I need you to roll 1d6 for me.
All right. It's a 5.
This is going to go on for potentially 5 rounds. And in this first round, you take 1 point of strength damage as your muscles are being strained intensely from this incredibly furious dancing activity. Yes.
Ability damage is not a thing in Starfinder.
I thought it was. There's drain, and I thought there was damage because you recover 1 point
Penalties
today.
and there are penalties and drains, I believe.
It would be a penalty then.
Yeah.
If I read it as damage in my head because I know I looked
Oh no, there
it up
is
and it was
ability
like,
damage. There's just not a place for it on this sheet.
Mm.
yeah, just
Should
make
be
it a penalty.
Yeah, make it a penalty. That's what I did in Dawn of Flame.
And that goes on like it's a furious dance, and you know that goes by. You take the 1 point of damage, and the next turn happens, and you get to make another will save.
Can we try to like pull her out of it?
Yeah, do we see this?
Yeah.
Do we see
Yes.
Lahan like twirling around
Her
the room
being
and stuff?
pulled through the air, and like she is dancing. It looks like she is dancing with a partner.
Lahan, what's happening?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, this is weirder and weirder. Can we can I have like Artanya push her out of, try and like grab onto her or something?
You can try and grapple her.
I can try to grapple
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
Finn.
Artanya.
Lahan is doing something weird.
What do you want to roll for that? Just
Grapple would be effectively a melee attack versus KAC plus 8, if I'm remembering correctly. So it'd be your base attack bonus plus your strength modifier versus her KAC plus 8.
how do I do that?
You can roll a weapon attack, and roll your solar weapon, and then it'll just not do damage. Toot toot.
Oh no.
Yeah. So Finn attempts to
Come here.
leap in
How did I
and
don't go out?
grab a hold of Lahan to halt this dance. And she is just expertly twirled out of the way. And again, Lahan, you see this figure doing this with you, like this dance. And, that's turn 1. Jacinto, do you want to try and intervene? Finn did. If not, we're going to go on to the next turn.
Jacinto just sort of looks concernedly, but he's very small. He doesn't really think he has much of a chance of stopping Lahan or whatever's doing this to Lahan. He will try and detect magic as the cantrip.
Okay.
See if he can see any arcane energies hovering around.
You sense magic kind of everywhere, honestly, with a little bit of a stronger concentration from the piano and sort of like a tendril going from the piano to in front of Lahan, but you don't see exactly what's going on.
Weird.
I believe you probably get you used to get the School of Magic, and if so, this would be some sort of necromancy.
Necromancy.
Which you you kind of get that vibe from the house in general
Okay.
as well.
Hmm.
We'll go on to the second turn, and we would need another will save from Lahan.
Starting to feel very attacked. That was a 4.
Take one more
Lots of toots.
strength penalty, and you're continually being whirled around in this dance. And the beautiful figure that is twirling you in this dance, her beauty is starting to fade slightly. It's starting to, like, her eyes are sort of looking a little bit more sunken in. It's looking darker underneath her eye. Her lips are sort of cracking a little bit. There's a little bit of blood coming out of the corners. There's bruising. Like, her fur is thin enough around her neck that you're starting to see some bruising a little bit. Finn and or Jacinto, would you like to attempt to intervene again as Lahan is still being twirled around?
Did you say anything
Sometimes
about?
it's flung through the air.
Did you say anything about it being connected to the piano? Jacinto?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Jacinto will point that out to Finn.
I'm gonna punch the piano.
Okay.
I like this plan.
So I had to move. So I can only do a single attack on it. 28 for 16 damage.
Dang.
piano up. That's all I
You,
can do. I can't save my fence, so I'll destroy a piano.
you punch a hole in the piano. The piano does not stop playing, and there aren't any rules for punching the piano in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Nick to roll on her next turn twice and take the better result
Nice.
as you're attempting to sever this connection.
And
Lapis, your solar weapon should do 2d6 now that we're level 6. Yes. Very exciting. I guess Jacinto will instruct Artania to try and slow Lahan down, see if he can get in the way or something like that. So he'll try and have Artania grapple Lahan, which might be pretty alarming, but we're gonna try it.
It's a hug.
That is not right. That should be more, I think. But regardless, a 5 on the die is not going to do it.
Okay.
Not even a little bit.
So we're into turn 3, and we need another will save. This time you get 2 die rolls.
Ha!
Okay.
The only way I could succeed.
Aha!
I got a nat 20.
All right. So you have that. You dig deep, and you push whatever's affecting you, whatever you're doing, whatever you feel doing this to you, away from you, and the figure in front of you kind of blasts away and starts to fade to nothingness. And as she does so, she goes really dead and decayed looking, and she lets out a scream. And I need everyone to make a will save.
Oof.
Yep, there it is. There's a normal roll. 9.
29.
16.
Okay. Lahan's the only one to fail this.
Oh. Poor
Lahan
Lahan.
takes a 2-point penalty to her wisdom right now,
I shouldn't take Lahan in haunted places.
Oh,
and is fatigued.
All right, now you change what you're saying.
for
Is
how
this a penalty or is this damage?
Well, it's supposed to be damage, but you were putting it on your sheet as a penalty, correct?
Yes, but penalties have a duration and damage does not.
This is damage. It's gonna fade at a rate of 1 a day.
I'm gonna die, guys.
Okay.
He's hitting
No,
all of my
you're not.
stats
You'll be
that don't have
fine.
that are just hanging out at 10. He's doing this on purpose.
I have to have a spell gem for this. I don't.
You'd need 2.
That would have been
now,
nice.
At least.
Well, I could clear one of them, you know. But as it is,
That's okay.
well, that was deeply unsettling. Did you see anything, Lahan?
There was a Patra woman dancing. This place
Are
is
you
bad
okay?
news, guys.
I agree. But it sounds like we've got to be here to stop whatever Foxglove is doing.
I guess so, but we should be more careful.
I agree.
I don't know why it didn't affect either one of you, but
Yeah, I'm not an expert on this.
Yeah,
Finn,
I
you still hear that scrabbling coming from that tub in the other room. It sounds a little bit more furious now.
Do you guys hear a scratching noise? It's coming from the room I just opened over that way.
no.
do we?
Yes, you would. It's very
Oh.
loud. Now that you're not distracted,
Okay.
the piano has stopped playing. After she screamed, the piano just stopped.
Should I see what it is? I look back at them.
Suppose so.
Yeah, be
Han will
super careful though.
move into a position where she could potentially shoot something.
Uh-oh.
Do not be alarmed because there's a token there. Because what you see, Finn, before you is a rat that has like metallic tumorous growths on their body. And it's scrabbling, but it's sort of trapped in this tub. It cannot seem to get out.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. What do you make of this?
Its eyes are gone. The orbital sockets are covered in scar tissue. It's got, like I said, metallic tumors riddled throughout its body. It's gross. And as you get closer and as more of you come in the room, it just starts kind of screaming, as rats probably do when they're alarmed or in pain. Very high pitched, but it cannot get out of the tub.
What is
Jacinto will take a look at it with life science. Can I don't know, identify what it's. I guess we know it's a rat. Is there anything to be gained by studying this thing?
like what are those metallic tumors?
Yeah, I would say this could be mysticism, probably.
That's a 29.
This creature appears to be a carrier for whatever was affecting the ghouls that you ran into on the farm. It is not a ghoul itself, at the very least not yet, but it definitely seems to be a carrier for that pathogen that
This is a carrier. A stronger strain is what you said?
Yeah, this might be a stronger strain. It's
okay.
Well, we should definitely put this rat out of its misery. Lahan, you want to do the honors? I could punch it, but shooting it seems like a better solution.
Also, no contact that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Don't want to let it bite anyone else.
Yep.
We shoot it with the railgun.
So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll. If you want to shoot it, you can shoot it, and it
It's a rat in
dies.
the bathtub. Okay.
And it's gross, and there's weird.
Like shooting rats in a barrel.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay.
this place sucks already.
Well, let's see. What else do we have? There's another door over
I'm
here.
standing right by a door here to the south.
Step over here, Jacinto, and try to open this door.
Oh, well, I can't move me because you are on top of me. There.
Oh.
Well, now
I
you've
can't
done
go
it.
through walls. I'm not a ghost.
Not yet.
Yet.
Ooh.
I'm only a zombie.
Ah,
Yes, and you walk out into a hallway. And the floors in here are still not in good shape. The paneling isn't either, but it does not appear quite as affected by the damp as the other room that was closer to the cliff edge.
Okay.
Still not in great shape. Still mold, a little bit of glittery mold, some warped floors. You know, just dust covering a lot. Uh,
mm.
Let's go back towards the front of the house, then we'll go right to the back.
Sure.
All right.
I'll open the door on this end.
Artania, cover Finn.
I was gonna open
which door is
the
being
other,
opened?
this one and this one.
Oh,
So Han's opening the one behind
do you want to
them.
do the honors? Because you would have got to it first if you wanted to go that way. Because I would have had to walk all the way down the hall.
No, I'm opening the one behind you.
Oh,
When
okay.
I see you go that way down the hall, I go back the way we came and open the one behind you so that I can see through.
Got you. Okay.
Because, yeah. That's why I was surprised that Jet asked if I had entered the room, because I never enter a room at the same time the rest of you do, ever.
Mm.
Sorry.
I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I always hang back behind the door, because I use long arms.
I had not noticed, actually.
I hadn't either.
Rifles,
Open
man.
this-
I believe you.
When
I
you
don't-
open this
I don't like to
door,
be
They're basically
um,
sniper rifles.
Yeah.
to the south of Finn, you hear like the house is starting to, the wind's picking up, the house is starting to strain and creak. This is a very high ceilinged room. It's damp. There's an unpleasant tinge of mold lacing the air. You know, there's the glittery mold stains on the walls and furniture. There's trophies hanging on the walls. You might be able to see little bits of them in the northeast corner. There's heads mounted on the walls. But they pale in comparison to the monster on display in the center of the room. There is a 12-foot long creature with the body of a lion, a scorpion's tail fitted with dozens of razor-sharp barbs, huge bat-like wings, and a
It's a chimera.
deformed humanoid face.
It's interesting. I'm going to approach it and check it out.
All right. If you walk in the room, make a perception check.
I will.
Still looking through from the other side of the hall. Very cautiously.
I just love 29, I guess. That's a 29 on perception.
A
Jacinto,
6.
from far above you, you hear the sound of sobbing. Like multiple floors up, you hear the sound
Sure.
of sobbing. Very
Hmm.
faintly.
Jacinto points it out and says, "Shh, do you hear that? It sounds like somebody's just crying."
And you also smell what seems to be burnt fur.
When Jacinto points it out, do I hear it?
No?
Hmm. Well, it's there. Burnt fur.
I mean,
That's
or you could be hearing
Hmm.
things.
nope. Pretty sure it's there. All right. Well, Jacinto
And
sort
burnt
of.
fur would make sense. There's been a bad fire in this manor in the past. If we're dealing with ghosts and things, that tracks.
Yeah, that's true. Jacinto wanders over and peeks out this window here to the south. Sees the coastline, yes, or the cliff rather.
You
Cliff's
see,
edge.
you see the cliff's edge. You see the sky starting to darken. Storm clouds starting to roll in.
Hmm.
It looks like it's not going to be a great day weather-wise.
Well,
So,
we are in the planet of Seattle where it always rains every day, so.
Yeah,
look at this big one.
It's a lot, and it's foggy.
Look at this big monstrosity. Is there anything else outside of the description?
It looks like it's a very well preserved, if dust covered, taxidermied specimen.
Curious.
Well,
What
let's
about the other side of the
clear
room?
down this hallway to the
You,
east. Yeah.
you see a table with some lounge chairs, and as where you are, Finn, you see on the northern wall, you see a gruesome antique. It appears to be a mummified monkey head hanging on the northern wall. Its tiny mouth is gaping, and there's a bell pull extending from the mouth. There's a ratty throw rug right in front of where you're standing, slightly to the east of you, that's partially obscuring a foul, glittering stain of dark mold on the floor.
Gross.
Hmm. Don't pull that.
Han moves into where she can
I'm
see
gonna
down the
just walk
hallway.
over the rug into this what looks like a dining room area.
Yeah, it's just kind of a lounge room. There's a couple empty shelves to the north and south. There's a coffee table. There's what looked to have once been some very fancy plush leather chairs. And I mean, they still are, but the leather's cracked, dust covered. If you sat in them, it would just be like a mushroom sending
Hmm.
out a cloud of spores.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Are these windows or doors
All
that I
right.
see in here?
Those are windows looking out over the cliff. The white squares to the north and south are doors.
Ah. I'm gonna try this one first because I reckon it goes outside. Oh,
What you see before you is a library. There are two chairs in it, one which lies on its side before a stone fireplace. There's a scarf that's red and gold silk, contrasting the drab palette of the room. It's draped over the side of the fallen chair, and there's a
is it a
book
nice
sitting
scarf?
face down. It's very nice looking. It
I'm
does
taking
not.
it.
It looks way nicer than anything else. Um, One second. There's a book sitting face down on the floor between the chairs. There's a stone bookend carved into what looks like a praying celestial with butterfly wings, and it's laying on its side inside the fireplace itself in this room. And what was
Well,
it you wanted to do? I'm sorry.
I'm taking the scarf.
Okay, you walk up to take the scarf, and you see dried blood stains on the back of the northernmost chair. And I need to see something. I would also like a perception check.
Jacinto will come in, I suppose. Oh, wow, Finn.
Yeah, king of perception.
Finn, you just see a scarf, and I mean, you see the blood stains because they're super obvious. You can go put it in the kitchen. I don't need it. But Jacinto, you hear very faintly the sound of piano music,
Oh no.
and Finn, you pick up the scarf.
Uh-oh. Queuing up that track again in case it becomes relevant for no reason in particular.
What do you make of the bookend in the fireplace?
If you look
Um,
closer at the bookend, um, I have a thing for that. Why? If you look, if you look closer at the bookend, you're getting Jacinto involved in this. You see blood, clots of hair, and bits of skull and flesh on it, in addition to one part of the butterfly wing being broken off.
Well, this was very obviously used to murder somebody. Or a terrible accident. Or a terrible accident.
Terribly accidental murder?
Let's
Most murders aren't accidental.
Let's see
It
what's
could be.
Hmm. Well, I guess let's clear the next room. What's through that door there, Finn, to the west?
about through the door.
You see a
closet.
cozy-looking drawing room, but it's marred by unnatural dampness. Thick sheets of glittering mold cling to the curtains that are closed over the southern window. And since you went right to the window, are you opening up the curtains to look outside?
I guess I could. That's just where I was standing.
If you open up the curtains, you catch a momentary glimpse, almost like it's just a reflection in the glass, of a forlorn female Patra's face reflected, and then it vanishes.
Finn blinks and shakes his head a little bit. I'm gonna go check out this other door.
This is the door that we walked past in the hallway. Looks like we have two of
Yeah.
them. One to the north, one to the south.
Yep.
Shall we open them at the same time for excitement?
Yes.
All right.
You
Three,
I'm
got-
gonna down one.
2,
you got 3
1.
doors. Point to the. Okay, you open that one.
Jacinto
It's a
opens this one.
staircase.
It's also a staircase.
It's also a staircase.
Go down them
Spooky.
individually.
I hate that I have to
No,
drag
not
my
that
token
brave.
around to see where we've been.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
I
Mm.
can change that if that really bothers you.
I
have
hate all
no
the black on the map.
Okay. Explore mode. I changed it to explore mode.
Oh, you're the best.
I don't know if it's
Let's
going
see
to
if that
retroactively
changes
look
it.
like what you've already looked at,
Oh, it
but
does.
anywhere from now
It does
on it
not,
should.
but I dragged
Yeah.
through all of them. Oh, but it's not gonna update for the
Boop,
stream.
boop, boop, boop.
Unless I...
Cool.
Dear GMs everywhere.
does
I know
look
we
much
love
better.
getting PCs lost. But Explorer mode is very convenient for your players.
Is that a new feature of Roll20 with the new dynamic lighting?
No,
It's
no,
been
it's been in
around.
there for a while.
It's
Oh.
just still it's integrated into dynamic. So yeah, you see stairs. If I'm reading the map correctly, because I'm looking at part of the map on the screen, and then there's more maps elsewhere. I believe the one to the north goes. Let me double check. I don't want to give you wrong information. I apologize. Foxglove Manor. Okay. All right. So the one to the north looks like it goes down, and the one to the south looks like it goes up.
Okay.
So the
And you have
yellows
one
are
more
up on
door
the
that you
red
have not
down.
opened.
Yes, yellow's up,
Door
red's down.
right here.
Well, up or down
Which
first,
one?
guys.
Let's clear the down first, because
Oh,
there's
we still
probably...
have one more door, yeah. Or two more doors.
Oh,
They probably
yeah.
go the same place, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go
The north.
check this one out.
Okay, Finn. As you
Yeah.
walk right by Lahan, I get to make Nick mad, probably.
What?
Oh boy.
Because I need you to make a will saving throw.
Why am I the only one who has to make will saves? It's a
It just
9.
I have a
happened
Lahan.
hunch.
walking by.
Lahan. It's just Lahan.
Yeah.
I have a hunch as to why.
So the scarf rips itself out of your hands, Finn. I'm going to let you try and make a, I'm going to say,
Stolen goods.
strength check to maybe hold on to it if you want to. Otherwise, it's going to go and wrap itself unerringly around Lahan's neck.
The amount of toots.
And with that will save that you made,
I didn't.
you
I
are
I
filled
did not
with,
make it. That is a 9.
yeah.
Don't tell
Well,
me that.
you didn't succeed, but you made the roll. You failed the roll. You are paralyzed with fear as the ghostly image of Aldern Foxglove manifests before you. And it appears to be using the scarf to choke you. You very firmly feel that he is attempting to kill you. And you believe that you are his wife. You believe that your name is Aisha. And you don't understand why he's doing this to you.
Okay.
Lahan, Finn, get the scarf off of her.
And while Jacinto shouts that, I need a fortitude save.
Well, it's better than. It's a 9.
You are now dying as he cinches that down on your throat.
Lovely.
Mechanically, you are dying. Like 0 stamina,
Okay.
0 hit points.
Okay. Can Jacinto like do anything about this?
The moment that happens, the scarf goes limp, and Lahan is laying there with it wrapped around her throat.
Jacinto, like, falls
Standard
next to
recovery.
her.
You could spend an RP to stabilize.
Can
Jacinto
I-
could stabilize. Jacinto could heal.
Yes. Jacinto is going to see Lahan sort of like laying motionless on the floor, and is going to mutter something to himself, and he'll cast Stabilize to start. And that will make Lahan, just unconscious, not dying. And then he will, let's see, he'll root around. And what's in my inventory, huh?
The eternal question.
Let's see. Yes. I have 3 serums of healing Mark II. Let's pop you one of those first and see where we get. Actually, no, you know what? I have this free healing that I get every day that I never get to use. Jacinto would like to use his healing channel, or the mystic healing, the class feature that you get once a day, to heal for 5 hit points per level.
Should be on your sheet.
It takes me 10 minutes. It should be on my sheet, but it's not. The Staff of Mystic Healing is, though. So probably Mystic Healing, or something therein. But I know what it does, and it gives you 30 hit points back, my friend.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. This does take 10 minutes, so if we're interrupted, I guess, oops. But Jacinto will sort of like prop, get Artania and Finn to help prop Lahan up on the table, and then he'll stand on a chair and sort of use his Staff of Mystic Healing to help himself channel some good energy into Lahan.
Guys, I think this place is out to get me.
Yeah. Does Lahan like share what she saw? Because this makes no sense without that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you thought you were Aldern Foxglove's wife. There was a murder weapon in B9, with hair and bits of skull and gore and phlegm all over it. So theoretically, this place could be haunted by Aldern Foxglove's wife. That seems the most likely option. I don't know why she's lashing out at you, in particular, but
could be. Although I would think that the scarf was the way he killed her. The statue could have been could have been used to murder someone else.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
when
a
you
good point.
were having that vision, you didn't suffer from any blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
You weren't feeling like pain in your head. You felt him with that scarf cinched around your throat, just squeezing tighter and tighter.
Hmm.
Maybe one of the servants came to
Yeah,
help.
that was. That's
And he found
possible.
a servant.
Yeah, I imagine a big house like this, plenty of servants around, or there used to be. Um, all right. Does Jacinto know about haunts? Because Tom recently learned about haunts, but I don't know if Jacinto could make a mysticism check to sort of identify what this might be.
I would say make a
This
mysticism
phenomenon.
because I don't think haunts would be super common.
That's a 22 from Jacinto.
Um, I think that this might be a little bit outside the reach of a 22, but you probably could deduce that there is something supernatural going on here. But you might not know specifically that this is a haunt and there are certain things that happen when you do this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Haunts are weird.
They,
They
yeah.
sure are. And they're always very specific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's definitely something going on here. I can't quite put my finger on it though.
To be fair, the upside is this happened here and now, and not in the middle of something else, because the trigger was Lahan getting within 5 feet of that scarf.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's rude, is what
That is
is.
positive. Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
Lahan the specific trigger for these things?
I am marking my healing touch. Oh, it's healing touch. That's the name of it, folks.
Uh-huh.
I know how to
What would
play
you
my
like to do with
character.
this scarf? It's a very fine scarf. It looks like it's worth a lot of money, and it's in surprisingly good condition.
Uh-huh.
Well, see, I wasn't going to take and give it to Bethana, but after what it just did to Lahan, I'm going to leave it.
Yeah. That sounds like GM Bullfleam to me, Jet. That sounds like temptation.
I'm not going to risk my girlfriend getting strangled by a haunted scarf. No, thank you.
I'm gonna use the belt power, and I'm gonna get a pair of scissors, and I'm gonna chop it into little bits.
Okay. You do that. You chop it to little bits.
That's
Chop
prudent.
it into little bits.
Oh. Nick has just used one of our new stream point features, which is called Bumfuzzle's Belt. This is a reference to a Cosmic Crit character. If you don't know, you should listen to Cosmic Crit. But this is effectively like the operatives, the Gadgeteer operatives ability.
It's the utility
the fifth
belt
level
exploit.
ability. Yes, the
for
utility
operatives.
belt exploit. Basically, you get to pull whatever you want out of your utility belt, saying that, oh yeah, I totally bought this before, spending credits as normal. Well, you pour in the actual exploit, you pour credits into it when when you have the ability to shop, and then they're just ephemeral floating credits that you can pull things out of. So if you need a spell gem of Mystic Cure, you pull a spell gem of Mystic Cure out of there. If you need a healing serum, if you need a pair of scissors, whatever. So
Yep.
it is
How much
something
did
for
the
us to
scissors
spend our
cost
stream
me,
points
Jet?
on.
What miscellaneous objects are what, like 1 to 5 credits? So probably like a credit, 2 credits.
Okay. I'll mark off a credit.
I think that was a good use of 5,000 stream points.
I have unlimited stream points.
Oh, using the non-so one and not yours?
Yes, they are.
Yes, I am.
I mean, also, I would fully expect Lahan to have a cutting instrument of some point, of some sort.
Yes. She now has a pair of scissors. I'm putting them on the inventory.
All right.
Picturing him like
I'm going
metal
to open his
shear.
door.
Like those old-fashioned scissors, the big giant metal ones that your mom had in the kitchen. Those are the kind of scissors.
Yeah.
And chops that scarf into tiny little confetti and throws it everywhere. Because pronk that
Okay.
scarf.
You walk into this room, Finn, and Phew. Okay, I've got a thing. I've got a thing written. This dusty room features a long couch caked with white sheets of wispy, glittery fungus. There are eddies of dust skittering along the warped floorboards as if caught up by a slight breeze. Yet there is no wind noticeable in the air. And I need you to make a perception check.
Just Finn?
See if I can get a nat 1 again.
Just Finn, unless you're looking through the door.
I am looking through the door.
Okay, you can make. I'll make perception checks then, because the room's
that's
pretty small and the doors lined up pretty
21.
good.
27.
Okay, so both of you see dust being disturbed, almost as if an invisible person were pacing violently back and forth before the fireplace.
Aw, Finn, be careful. The dust might be another haunt.
And Jacinto and Lahan, you hear a woman's voice whisper, "Laurie."
What?
Could you repeat that in like maybe a normal volume because I
Yes,
couldn't hear you?
You hear a woman's voice whisper, "Laurie."
Oh,
Lori. Okay.
so what is this?
Hmm.
So,
Uh,
I didn't see a
Do you
truck.
think I
Did you
should
guys see
not
a
go in
truck?
there?
No, you should go in there. Just be careful. I'm not going in there.
yeah, I don't see much of a reason to go in there really. You know, we don't need to go through every single room in this house. We just sort of need to poke our head into it, see if Alder and Foxglove is in there. And if not, we don't tempt fate, because Lahan's almost died twice today.
I have.
I'm gonna close the door. Yeah,
I don't
don't
need
do
to read
anything
the
important in there
rule.
anyway.
Although, triggering the haunts might give us more information as to what happened here.
That's also true.
I suppose.
I suppose I'll go see what's up with it. Kick the door back open. I got
Jacinto
walk over here.
does not go in.
Lahan waits
you open up the
nervously,
door,
rifle
walk
pointed at
over.
the door.
All right, I need a will save, Finn.
It is taunting ghost.
Should probably send Jacinto to taunt ghosts. But then Jacinto will make the will saves, and we won't learn anything.
5!
Okay, so what happens is you walk
So
through that
many
little cloud of
toots.
dust,
Pretty toots.
and all of a sudden, you are experiencing someone else's thoughts. What is he doing down here? He's been down in the basement every night for months. We've barely seen each other outside of meals, and Lori wants to know when Daddy's going to finish his project. They miss him. And you are suddenly flooded with an overwhelming sense of terror that envelops you, and you are 100% convinced that your husband is going to harm your child. And because of that 5 that you rolled on your will save, you, as per a magical suggestion, must pick another one of the PCs that you now believe to be your child, and you need to get them out of the house.
Well, that's got to be Jacinto.
Well, I mean, it's gotta be Jacinto. He's small.
He's small.
And you feel the urge to go to. You feel a pull, and I'm just going to say, because you can see the map, B1, that is the direction that you are being pulled in. So, whatever the quickest way you could get to there.
Outside.
Let me...
Which is outside to the west for everybody listening
Yes.
at home.
Yes, so it is to the west. Thank you for clarifying that. I apologize.
All right, well, we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna grab Jacinto by his little elven tendril hand thing. Come on, sweetie, we have to go.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, this way. Oh, you gotta let yourself be.
Finn, I'll go with you. Just stop grabbing me by the. That's really sensitive. Kicking and struggling the whole way until Finn puts him down.
I drag
Finn,
the baby out of the house.
where?
Your
Come
turn,
back.
and show me the path that you
Go down
take.
I go through the hall and then up through. Actually, down the hall and then into B2.
Just 1 second, Judy. Stand by, everybody.
Lahan and Artanya are just like, come back.
Lahan, come with us.
Sorry, Judy, to sharpen
Alright.
a pencil, and I didn't want to subject anyone to that noise. Finn, as you go by that manticore, something is going to happen to Jacinto. Jacinto, Finn, you're convinced that your child is going to be harmed by your husband. You're running for the door. You don't see anything out of the ordinary, but Jacinto, you see the manticore come to life and attempt to plunge a burning stinger into your body
While he's being dragged by Finn.
while he's being dragged by Finn. And I am using a real die. This is the die that I was given at my friend's funeral.
Very momentous roll.
I believe a 14 will not hit your KAC, though.
It's closer than you would think, but no.
So you are narrowly missed by this burning manticore stinger. And as soon as it misses, it pulls back into its stationary position, and then it just freezes and goes back to being normal.
Finn, the manticore.
And,
We gotta
out
go.
the door you go.
You're in danger. Daddy's going to hurt you.
What? What? Finn, it's me, Jacinto.
But yeah, you can go out those doors. I'll delete the doors. Go. And you can move, both of you, towards B1. And as you're getting outside, Finn's not paying so much attention, but Jacinto, you see crows. Hundreds of crows perched on the crumbling ruins of this structure. Hundreds and hundreds of them. And they're eerily quiet, and they're staring at both of you very intently.
I think at this point, Artanya probably catches up with Finn and Jacinto and is alternatively grabbing at Jacinto's little boot to try and stop him and swatting at Finn, trying to shake him off.
And as you get to right around there, you guys can stop moving your tokens. That compulsion that you are under, Finn, it fades. You still remember everything. You still feel everything that you felt, that terror, that firm belief that your husband was going to harm your child, all of that, but you don't have any other compulsion to do anything.
I let Jacinto's little hand go. Sorry. Oh, that haunt. It got me. I thought you were my kid for a second. And that Alden was going to hurt you. I was trying to get you to safety.
Huh.
And for some reason, I was drawn out here, looking at this building.
And as you look back at the building, the ravens are staring at you, and their feathers are starting to bristle.
Anybody else freaked out by those ravens?
Yeah. No, they've been watching us since we came out. Should we hurry back inside?
And they don't look normal. Their eyes are sort of glowing a little bit. Bits and pieces of their feathers are maybe a little metallic.
Let's go back inside. Quickly.
Okay. That's birds. I'll take up the wheel.
Jacinto gets inside in 2 move actions. Artanya also in 2 move actions.
Lahan follows Jacinto.
It wasn't all Lahan, Nick.
Good. I was starting to feel very targeted.
It just so happened the sequence of events, you went an alternate route than what I expected, and you just happened to hit the Lahan stuff on the way down.
So rude. You know I don't have a will save. There are no saves tied to
All right.
Yeah,
intelligence.
neither of you do. You both are really bad at will saves,
I'm
my
actually
friends. This
decent
is a
at
bad
will
place for this
saves when
party.
I roll okay. I got a 3.
I now
My
have a
fort save is
1.
my
I
highest.
suppose so.
Thanks to that.
I
Hold
guess
on.
I am speaking from a position of
Mystic
willpower
power.
privilege. With
I mean,
with a
I'm immune to
uh,
a lot.
wisdom of 5.
I got a +1 to
Mm.
a lot of things too. Actually, that's not mind
Yeah.
affecting stuff because I should have +1 to that.
A lot of this is, but you rolled a 5, so it would have
I
been a
know.
6.
I know, but this curious.
Yeah, so you
Can't
do have that
fake
+1
that.
bonus to a
I can't
lot of things that will be happening. So yeah, you're back inside, and
Do you want to check upstairs or downstairs?
Jacinto eyes the manticore askance as he comes in. Does it seem like it's going to try and stab him again?
no, it doesn't do anything. And you don't smell the burning smell of fur anymore.
Lapis, did Finn tell us the rest of the inner monologue that he heard?
Yes.
Well, it sounds like Aldrin was working on something downstairs. So we might want to clear the upstairs first or head straight for the basement. Either one seems like a good plan.
Now, Finn, because Finn is our resident Aldern expert. I don't know if you still have the messages I sent you. I don't.
I do. I moved them all over onto their own document.
Okay. You would know from your research, Aldern 100% did not have a kid.
Yeah, see, I thought that was weird. I figured maybe I'd forgotten something or you hadn't told me something. I don't think I had a wife either.
That's super weird. But did she name Aldern or did she just say daddy?
The thought, I will read it right back to you. What is he doing down there? He's been down in the basement every night for months. We've barely seen each other outside of meals, and Lori wants to know when Daddy is going to finish his project.
Lori.
But you said mine was specifically Aldrin?
Yep.
Weird. Okay. Didn't have a wife. Didn't have. I don't suppose Finn saw. Finn got more information on names of the Aldern clan.
That is as much effort. Ooh, that's nice, Judy. Thank you. As much effort as Finn put in. Finn.
I know which Foxglove ended up dead.
Okay, so Finn, you share the information you have that you're willing to share, and then I'll fill in a couple things here and there where I think that you would have found out some other things.
So I've got information. So the names I would have go with the Foxglove family lived there as recently as 2 decades ago, but then a fire burned down the service building. Sir Raleigh Foxglove was found dead, burnt and dashed on the rocks below the cliffs behind the house, and Trevor Foxglove was found in his bedroom, dead by his own hands. The children, including young Aldern Foxglove, were sent away to be raised in the city Corvosa on the moon Jacathion by distant relatives. Here's the names and who I know is dead in the house.
Okay, so you also, you would have got the names of his siblings. Let me pull that up for you. Where is it? So there's Taver and Cyrili, which you said, Aldern, and Aldern's sisters were Sendeli and Ziva. So definitely not a Lori.
How weird.
If you think
Very
Finn would have
strange.
dug further back in his family tree, I could give you more information, but it just didn't feel like Finn was probably going to dig back to his grandparents.
The dawn of time.
So I
Yeah,
didn't-
probably not. Not unless I had a reason to think that it was important, and I don't think I did.
No, that tracks.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we don't know any more information, which is fine. We still have a whole bunch of house to explore, it seems.
Yeah, there's multiple floors.
And if you go downstairs, there's rumors that there's a huge bat-winged devil that lives in the caves down below the manor. So,
Well,
Oh,
maybe it
no,
does
no.
behoove us to check upstairs first and make sure that's cleared out.
because we might run into caves
Yeah.
down there.
Lahan, do you need
take a
actually, Lahan, while I was tending to you with mystic healing, that took 10 minutes, so you could have also taken a 10-minute rest to spend a resolve point and gain
I mean,
stamina,
I
think.
was resting. I was unconscious.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm not going to argue about that. I'm not that much of a jackass.
We'll see.
I just didn't want to get into a situation later when we got into a fight with a large bat-winged devil thing, and you didn't have any stamina because we didn't say, "Oh yeah, spent a resolve point." So
Yeah, that'd be bad. So upstairs
a little
then.
bit.
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
So let me put y'all together.
Oh yes.
And copy. Oh no, not paste.
Oh no! We've been cloned.
Why did
It's the Greys. Run away.
you were
No,
somehow
no, get out of my
it's the
head.
fourth fold. There's clones.
Oh no!
The fourth fold is that Star-Lord's is actually. That's funny.
The beginning. Who's who?
Wow, this is a big map.
We're on a very
we are
small part of it.
There's ground floor, second
Yeah.
floor, third floor that you can see, and then you heard a rumor about caverns beneath the house.
Okay.
Second floor and third floor, and then caverns below the house, maybe. But, definitely from a meta perspective.
And sorry, I gotta move you for just 1 second because I gotta see what this room is titled. Because apparently it has a description. Okay, B10. Sorry, you can move yourselves again. All right. As you're walking up these stairs, you hear footsteps a moment later. Like you take a couple steps and then you hear behind you.
Creepy.
And I'd like another perception check.
I don't wanna. I get a 27. I don't wanna.
Man.
I don't wanna know. It's gonna be one of those Call of Cthulhu moments where you don't want perception. I don't want to see it.
Finn, would you like to perceive? So Finn and Lapis this time, you hear the sound of sobbing coming from above you.
But not Lon.
Lahan and Finn. I don't know. I brain farted words. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, Lahan and Finn. You hear
That
the
doesn't
sobbing.
bode well. All right.
Jacinto, you don't hear anything other than the step, 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 and then a couple seconds behind you hear step, step, step behind you.
Oh, I hate that, though.
So creepy.
Yeah.
All right, Finn, you gonna throw open that
Yeah.
door?
Just before you move and throw open the door, let me change it to explore mode for you. There you go.
Much appreciated.
Can you see? Do you have your night vision? Because there aren't any lights on in the house.
Oh, I don't think these characters have night vision. I don't think we've needed it.
Oh, surely we
I
do.
thought I
No, we
turned it
talked
on
about
your
this,
tokens.
right?
Can you see around your characters? Because if you can, then you definitely have it active.
Oh, I can see around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine.
We gotta have infrared sensors. They're 200 credits.
I thought I went in and I made sure
Oh
that
yeah,
everyone
yeah, I
had.
do have infrared sensors. Yeah, we must have done it. We've been here. Never mind.
That's like the silliest thing to do in Starfinder is not buy 200 credit infrared sensors. They're a
If you
level
don't
1
already have
item.
dark vision, yeah.
Yeah. And alien races are lousy with dark vision nowadays.
Yeah.
It is much different from Pathfinder. So,
Yep. So you
we
walk out into this
see
hall.
a hall.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide, spacious, high-ceilinged hall. It much like downstairs. It's got the slightly warped floorboards, the glittery mold and mildew, the damp spots, a lot of dust.
Okay.
Hmm.
Go right into the doorway.
So,
Where do we want to check first?
shall we go? Let's go with this room to the left first.
Oh,
Oh, nope.
Lapis, I think
Finn's
you're
already
muted.
decided.
Lapis,
Now
you're
you're muted.
muted. Hello?
We're not hearing you.
You're not showing up as muted in Discord, but we cannot hear you regardless.
Headset mute, maybe? No? Alright, I'm gonna take us to a standby screen while we figure out what's going on with Lapis's mic. We'll be right back, folks.
And we're back. And I'm going to reveal the room that Finn ran for.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Finn
Oh,
just sprints down the hallway and barrels through a door as we're discussing which option.
This one.
Yeet.
No
Oh,
yeet.
All right.
Unintentional
So
yeet.
you open up, and I'm assuming
Okay, Jolt.
I'm assuming you step just far enough in so that you can kind of glance around and see that bed that's kind of poking around the corner. You see it's a child-sized bed. There's a toy box. There's a looming stone fireplace big enough for a child to get lost in on the east wall. It's
What a
it's obviously
strange analogy,
a
Jen.
children's room or a children's room. And make me a perception check.
Okay. Come on.
Hey, you hear the sound of a child sobbing coming from the bed.
Does this sound like the sobbing that I heard downstairs?
Nope.
Hmm.
This
God,
sounds
what
like
a
a
miserable
child. The other
house.
sobbing sounded more feminine and grown.
Jacinto,
I suspect there's a child haunt in here. Should I try to activate it?
let
Maybe
me
we should
see
send
if I
us-
can look at it.
Jacinto's more aligned with the mystic energies of the universe. Let's send Jacinto.
I mean, but if you succeed, then you don't get the haunt.
Well, listen, we don't want to go through this house and just get absolutely mind pronked. Like, we got to get through this. So we need you and Lahan and everybody. We
Right.
need all of us to be in closest to our good shape. And Jacinto will like tremulously poke his head around the corner and look at the bed and say, excuse me.
You just sort of hear the faint sound of a child sobbing.
Hello, my name is Jacinto. Can I help you? Do you need something?
It just continues to quietly sob.
Jacinto approaches the bed.
It appears to be in a little bit of disarray, but the sobbing stays at about the same volume. It almost feels like it's on a loop.
Jacinto gets closer to the bed. Lapis, I'm getting some like weird dog noises through your mic.
Oh, sorry, I mute it.
I'm gonna say, you hear the Jacinto, you just kind of hear that sobbing on loop. Finn, you start to hear words like faintly sort of echoing through like water almost, like mommy, daddy, no, but it's real faint.
Huh. You need a will save or anything?
No.
Just creepy, huh?
Jacinto, do you hear that?
Hear what? It's just, I mean, I hear the sobbing.
Oh, sounds like there's words.
What's it saying?
Oh, I don't know. It's faint. I can make out mommy and no.
Okay.
Finn's gonna approach the bed. Unless you man trigger.
You say you approach
No.
the bed?
Yeah.
All right. So you get some you're going to get some information, and then I'm going to need a dice roll. But all of a sudden, you are under the bed. The blankets are sort of draped around.
I didn't want Jacinto.
And you're looking out into your bedroom, and you see your mother standing in the room, and she's holding a torch of all things, like a map gas torch or something like that. And she looks wild-eyed, and you hear pounding on the door, pounding and pounding, and the door like you can see it bending in, and then it bursts open, and you see your dad barge into the room looking crazy, and he's got like metallic growths on his coming through his fur, and he's holding a giant knife, and you're like, what are mommy and daddy doing? Why is mommy screaming at daddy and waving around that torch? What's wrong with daddy? He has a huge knife, and something is wrong with his skin and fur. Mommy, no, don't set daddy on fire. Daddy, why are you stabbing mommy? And then you just uncontrollably sobbing, and like you snap out of this, Finn, and you got tears coming down your face. And now I need you to make a will save.
Do it. 9.
I'll give you I'll give you a +1, and you still fail. So
oh man,
I'll just sit
3
here.
points of wisdom damage.
Me and my
3
massive
points of
will
wisdom
save.
damage?
From the mind-numbing terror.
So is that negative energy damage? Because I'm immune to that.
No, it would be that negative energy damage is implying like physical damage that you're taking.
Hit points or stamina is what that would be.
Okay, do I mark it down under drain?
no, I think
I believe on the character sheet they're using penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
We tried that, yeah.
The,
It didn't
the
want you.
daddy with the growths and the messed up fur was definitely not Aldern. And the mommy was, well, the mommy was not the face that you saw in the window.
Okay.
Sure are a lot of dead people in this house.
super haunted. Okay, I think we have enough information, guys. I think we can go home now.
So I tell them about it. I tell them it turns out that the stories I heard were true, but I fill in the little details about like how the two died and the fire and things. But I still don't know how the fire got to the servants' quarter.
Yeah.
But wasn't the fire
um,
there more recent?
Well,
When Aldern lived here? We haven't, other than Aldern trying to strangle me,
Well,
it sounds like these are different
the
people.
it was 2 decades ago that there was the fire, and that's actually the same around the same time that the two were found dead.
2 decades ago, servants' quarters caught fire, which alerted the nearest neighbors, and they came and they found it burned down. They found Taver Foxglove dead in his study, if I'm remembering correctly. They
By his
found
own hand.
by his own hand.
Oh,
They
that's
found
a different
Cyril dead on the cliffs below, and they found the children hiding in the room.
Yeah, this is a different set than the ones I
so
heard about.
so is this house just super duper haunted, and it's like one of those classic, like, you know, the space conjuring, where there's this one spirit and they haunt this space house, and the space, it was a space witch and she caused multiple families to kill their young and stuff like that?
Well,
Maybe.
this house is called Misgivings by the locals because it's got a bad reputation for being bad luck.
Mm.
I
Well,
do think we're still
Have I ever
missing
heard
things, though, 'cause
anything
this-
about this? The 26 culture? Growing up around here?
Well,
Now that I'm
yes.
thinking about
So
it.
you made a roll like this much earlier.
But we didn't have much to go
And
on.
I didn't think that you would have Lahan would have really dug into that, and you kind of came from a nicer part of town. But now that you've known Aldern, hung out with Finn, I feel like you might have picked up a thing or two, or maybe expressed a little bit of interest. So you do know of the misgivings. Now that you sit and think about it, and it has a bad reputation, and it actually has been around about as long as. Actually, it's been around. It's been on this moon longer than Sandpoint has. I need
Okay.
to stop touching that because I'm making a clicking noise by the microphone. Uh, but it's you've never the little bits that you are now sort of remembering just because you picked them up being near Finn, or because you've maybe said something in passing to your father. It's never been a positive sort of thing. You heard about what you might have heard something about something bad happening when you were real little, or maybe right before you were born. Uh, but it's always kind of had a bad um, history. There's never been anything positive really said about it.
I'm just curious if people, because Sandpoint's pretty small, and being as close as it
Yeah.
is and having been here forever, do the kids say it's haunted? Do the kids say that, like, oh, the crazy old man murdered
They
everybody with it?
probably
Like,
say it's haunted because it's got a bad enough reputation that anyone close enough,
does nobody
because
buy it
kids being
because,
kids would probably want to come and try and break in or something. So parents are like warning parents that live close enough are warning their kids off. And then it's got this bad reputation, so
it's
people are
legit dangerous?
probably saying it's haunted or dangerous, or they don't know what happened, but a bunch of people have died.
Okay.
But that happened 20 years ago, before you were born. So
That's
like
why I'm
you
curious what
live,
the stories would be.
a little bit of a privileged life, so you might not have heard too much.
Oh, come on. All the kids know the ghost stories around their hometown. They're not usually right.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if the locals call it the misgivings. Like, what do people say?
Yeah,
there has to be
people that
space
still
summer camp.
remember it would call it the misgivings, but there hasn't been anything heard about this place in 20 years.
Yeah, like ghost story.
And I mean, it's a real long hike from Sandpoint. So like the closest people that would have any information would maybe be the farmers, and most of them are dead.
Yep.
It's true.
Real
Sure.
shame that.
Well,
Let's go to the next one. Maybe somebody will want to talk to me.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was.
Very
Decide,
strange.
You pick.
Let's go right. Now that we've started working our way around this hallway. Jacinto bravely opens the door with Artania at his side.
All right.
Well, I mean, we
this
have
large room-
established that Jacinto will not be targeted by haunts.
Yeah, I'm haunt proof apparently.
Mm-hmm.
This large room features 2 padded chairs and a long couch facing a wide alcove lined with stained glass windows. These windows depict a diverse array of animals and plants from north to south. From north to south. There is a large, pale, and ghostly scorpion, a gaunt man holding out his arms as a dozen bats hang from him, a moth with a strange skull-like pattern on its wings, and a tangle of dull green plants with bell-shaped flowers, and a young maiden astride a well in a forest, while a spindly spider the size of a dog descends along a string of webbing above her.
Look, Artania, there's a spider like you. Sort of. Not as good looking though. Artania like preens.
You
Who's a
feel
good spider?
there's a pulse of music along your bond as it's happy.
Hmm.
Say something to him.
Thank you for the description.
Hmm.
Let's see. Well,
And if
Alright.
you want, you could maybe give me a mysticism check.
you know what? I would be delighted. How about a 22? I have not been rolling very high today.
That's
Same.
just enough. Also, I might have lost it. Don't forget that you have a +1 and a reroll because stuff happened.
We
last
do.
week. These appear to be classic ancient spell components for necromancy. Scorpion venom, vampire's breath, tongues of deathwing moths, belladonna, the heart of a maiden slain by poison.
Okay, so the paintings are depicting
The stained
The-
glass are depicting necromantic components to
not paintings.
spellcraft.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, whoever had this room was interested in raising the dead, which kind of makes sense, I guess, or that's a connection at least to the ghouls. Jacinto, walks around the room, sees if he can find anything else, looks out the windows,
They're stained glass. You can't
just
look at
makes
them.
a sweep of the room. You totally can look out stained glass. It's just, mostly
Distorted.
not visible.
Look at stained glass.
I look
Depends on
through
how
stained
intense the
glass,
color is.
okay? Specialize.
Specialize.
Look with your special eyes. My brand. Oh, what a great commercial. My God. So nothing else in this room then, Jet?
Yeah, nothing other than what I have described to you.
All
Okay,
right.
well, you two better get in here if you can, trigger any happenings, any more exciting things.
All right. Let's go look around. Go into the room and I'll look
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, nothing weird happens. Nothing tries to kill you. No one tries to
Okay.
dance with you.
All right.
So I'm gonna open the door across the hall, maybe? Finn?
Sure. Finn,
Jacinto?
you're it.
Okay. You open the door across the hall.
Just waiting for the token to move. Go. You see a stone fireplace sitting in the northwestern portion of this chamber, and there are paintings hanging on the walls to the north and south, each covered over with thick, dusty cobwebs that obscure the subject from view.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull some of the coverings off the paintings.
Cobwebs.
All right. you reveal portraits. And I will reveal the portraits to you. Da, 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 da. To the north, you find show to everyone. Imagine these are Patra. I had a friend volunteer cat pictures.
I love it.
Foral Foxglove, for our listening audience, is a black kitty cat.
And these are labeled. If you scroll to the bottom, there is a nameplate at the bottom of each portrait.
Cassandra
And
Foxglove
then-
is a gray kitty, big green eyes. Lori Foxglove is a very handsome
love-
black and white kitty with yellow eyes.
These are a friend of mine's. They have a multitude. They have a clouder. All of these are their cats, and there are more to come. So these are on the north. That's the term.
Is it?
I see.
Is it?
And to the south are
Taver Foxglove, very surprised looking black cat. Big gold eyes. Looks very, very concerned about this picture being
It
taken.
is incorrect.
Oh, this one's Taver Foxglove.
Yeah, it's Taver.
It says Taver on the
Yeah.
Taver.
Cyril Lee Foxglove. Ooh, pretty orange kitty. Orange tabby cat.
Mm.
Best kind of cat.
But imagine him as much younger, like adolescent.
All right.
That's Aldern Foxglove. And then there
Of
is
course.
Sendali.
Your friend loves taking like that shot of their cats. It's all very close up.
Yeah. I also went in. I cropped. I the pictures are much bigger, but I cropped it, and then I tried to blur the background to disguise stuff in their house, just to try and respect privacy.
Sure.
And then there's Ziva Foxglove.
Nice.
But
If you are
the
listening to our
father and
podcast, you'll have to check out the stream to see all these great cat pictures.
Yeah, but the mother and the father that Finn saw was Taver and Cyrili. But Taver his fur was falling out. He had metallic tumors, and Cyrili looked wild-eyed and crazy.
And which one did Nick see? Or sorry, did Lahan see?
You don't
Aldern,
see
right?
one in this gallery.
Oh.
The
You don't see that
dancing
one in this
one, sorry.
gallery.
Oh, the
Okay.
dancing one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, there's more doors on the other end of this room.
Let's check 'em out.
Shall we clear those? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Before you go towards those doors, there might be stuff happening. As you're looking closely at these portraits, the figures depicted in the portraits are going to rapidly shift from paintings of living people to those of dead folk. Cassandra and Lori slump into misshapen, tumor-ridden corpses. Taver grows pale as a long cut opens in his throat and blood washes down over his chest. Cyrili blackens and chars, and her arms and legs and back twist as if broken in dozens of places. And Aldern's flesh darkens with rot. His hair falls out, and he deforms into a undead monstrosity. Both Sendali and Ziva's portraits frost over, but otherwise remain unchanged. Voral's entire portrait, frame and all, erupts into a sudden explosion of fungus and tumorous growth. This wave of fungus and disease wash over the entire room in seconds, and then it snaps back to normal. And while all of this is going on, let's make a perception check.
Aha.
Okay.
I don't know why that clicked twice.
I got a
Oh
21.
no, it only. I got a 22.
His lap is falling asleep.
A little bit.
Don't
Would you
do
like to make a
that.
It's been a
perception
long
check?
day. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're almost done with our allotted time. Okay. When the sisters' paintings frost over, you notice your breath fogging and the temperature in the room plummeting. And I need all of you now to make fortitude saves.
Even though I'm
boy.
outside of the room.
If you're outside of the room, you're fine. You notice their breath fogging,
Good
but
news.
you're not.
Fortitude is my worst save.
Haha! Your turn.
Better
Oh.
news. I rolled a 20.
You beat me.
Good.
I crit failed again.
Unnatural.
Oh
no.
Artania needs.
Yeah, Artania. Oh no, Artania needs to make a save.
Yeah.
You got a 21.
Okay.
Go, Artanya, go.
You now are on the physical disease track and latent, Finn.
Nice, nice.
You feel unwell.
Got a cold. Nah. Nothing? No? Fine.
No, nothing immediate.
I said you got a cold. No, whatever.
And you can continue on to open those other doors if you would like.
Man, I hate
Yeah.
this house.
It's a terrible house.
I warned you all that it's a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Would you
all
like
right. Yes, Finn, go open those doors.
One more door. One more door, Lapis, and then you can go to bed.
Yeah, I figure this will probably be the last room.
One more door, Lapis.
Oh, come on.
What do we got?
There we go. The furniture in this bedroom is dusty and unkempt, but it does not exhibit any major signs of water or mold damage. The one exception is a glittering dark stain on the desk near the northern window.
Well, let's go in and look. Oops, sorry, Lahan, I didn't mean to put Artania underneath you.
Oh, so rude.
And do perception.
All right.
Lahan will come up to the
would
door.
Like a cat, always gets underfoot.
I would like a perception check.
Peering into the room.
I would like to give you a perception check.
That's only
It's
14.
a 32.
32 is much better.
It sure is. Math.
So Jacinto.
Mathfinder. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, another crit fail.
Fine. Finn and Lahan, you don't notice this. Jacinto, you notice a silver-hilted dagger on the desk, and I need a will save from you.
Oh, how exciting!
Finally!
I like shiny things.
No!
And apparently, Jacinto likes shiny things too. I rolled a natural toot for a total of 12.
Oh,
Pride
no.
goeth before the fall.
Even with a +2 for it being some, I would say this is mind affecting. You still fail.
Oh,
So
I want to use the reroll. I want to
We-
use the reroll. I'm gonna take that reroll. Do.
Do it.
That's a 23 versus a mind affecting thing. Because otherwise the reroll is
Okay.
gonna get eaten up.
Oh,
Ow.
that's fair.
That's a very, very. I will say this is an exceptionally good choice of using that reroll.
Yeah, it was the
moment you
knife.
make that save, the moment you make that save, the knife just sort of disappears in front of your eyes, and you're not even sure you saw it before. You might just be confused.
Jacinto blinks, sort of blearily, and says, okay. Well, that's fine. I I thought I saw a knife, but now there's no knife. Did anybody else see that knife?
No.
No.
It
I
must
cannot
be.
remember who gave you that reroll. It was either Fat Drunk Ninja, probably, maybe Trippy
I think it
Dollar.
was. I think it was Ninja. I haven't seen
Uh,
Trippy around in a bit.
I'll tell you this:
Check
you
on
should
Trippy.
thank them for Jacinto's life.
Damn.
Thank you.
In
Ninja,
bed, dead
for-
by their own hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had you
Yeah.
failed that, you were going to coup de grace yourself.
Oh.
Just insta kill myself, no redemption whatsoever, Jet.
You would have immediately dealt 2d4 plus twice your strength modifier damage to yourself. And should you survive that, which you probably would have, you would immediately have had to make a DC 16 fortitude save or die.
Good.
We would have still had a reroll though.
You did have that reroll,
Yes, the
and that
reroll.
saved you.
The reroll saved us.
It was gonna save you either way.
Yeah,
You were
Yeah.
destined for that reroll.
that's true. I guess so.
At least Lahan
Well,
just went dying. That would have been dead.
Yeah.
Well, shit, Jet. Okay.
Rude. Rude.
That's
That's rude, hunt.
It is
Yeah.
rude, huh?
that doesn't really give much chance. Yep.
Saber suck.
To be fair, you had the greatest chance to succeed at that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's still, we're playing a D20 system. It's very high variance a lot of the time. There's only
And it
so much one
required-
can mitigate that.
And it required 2 failures
Yeah.
for death.
I mean, that could have easily happened. Like, look at the amount of ones I've rolled tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. The way we've been rolling tonight, that was pretty likely.
But it's about 13-2. If you wanted, we could maybe do one more room, but Lapis is fading, and I'm okay with ending it right here.
It's been a
As
hard hacking week.
Jacinto, huh?
It's been a hard hacking week. Everybody is like exhausted.
I'll 100% get that. This has been the thing that's been getting me through the week. I was looking forward to this so much.
Nope. We
Uh,
definitely appreciate you running for us, Jet.
We
yeah,
do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love playing with all of you.
Hopefully, we manage to take some other people's minds off of election stress as well. I know everybody out there's feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Drunk Fat Ninja. But I think you saved Jacinto's life.
Ah,
Yes. Thank you very much, Ninja, for saving Jacinto's life.
You did.
Eventually, we will get around to the upload of this. This will stay on VOD, right, for like a week or something.
yeah, a week or two.
So,
Yeah.
But
So
it stays up here.
hopefully you can catch it before it goes down. If not, it'll be up eventually on our YouTube and or podcast streams.
they're all getting there.
feeds. That's the word for it.
We're back. We're back to
Yeah.
it. Finally.
we'll come back in post Jacinto blink after the dagger has disappeared from your vision, and you're not even sure you've seen it. And Nick, anything going on this Sunday?
This Sunday, Threefold Conspiracy is off. We'll return a week from this Sunday with the climactic final confrontation at Diorama R&D and the continued investigation from there.
Nice.
Can't tell you what happens really because
Yeah.
they don't know yet. So can't spoil
Okay.
Tom.
And
He's sitting right
next-
here.
And next Thursday, we'll continue in Foxglove Manor, the Misgivings. We've still got another half of this floor to go, plus another floor, plus
I mean,
stuff
we
down
might go
beneath.
home before you go down. Go home, take a nap, come back.
Yeah, it's true.
Sure, you can.
We can sleep in the
pronk
Jeep.
this
Sure,
pronking house.
sure, you can try that.
We could just send Father Xantus out here and we could just exercise the whole. We should just burn it to the. You know what? Let's just burn it down.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're falling into the trap that everybody falls into for horror movies, where it's like, no, don't go into the house, don't go into that room, don't go into that room, all for the sake of your enjoyment. You, listener, we're doing this for you.
We
I
are.
like how some of it
We
is,
are indeed.
like, we need to know more. Let's just poke these ghost things and find out if we can see visions.
I mean, that's Lahan for you.
It's
I'm
a
not
weird
arguing. I think it's
dichotomy.
Lots of
great.
smarts.
I love that you started doing that.
Lots of smarts, not a lot of common sense.
I'm gonna
Let's poke the hunts.
Yeah.
share. The visions that you've experienced that I wrote something for, I'll share those with you so you can look back at them if you want.
Thank you.
And that's what I got this week. Thank you, Tom, for music as always, especially that piano. I think that I was hoping that would add a little something to that moment.
I liked it.
Feel free to contact us. We've got an email, nonstandardaction@gmail.com. We've got
A Discord server.
Discord.
Linked below.
Yep. Link below if you're looking
Oh,
at
if I can actually do a quick plug on that piano music, because normally our music and soundscapes and all that comes from Sirenscape, who is wonderful. But Jet contacted me before this session and asked me if I could find some. He gave me a description of piano music, sort of creepy, sort of discordant. And so I found this on Tabletop Audio. It is by Kevin MacLeod.
Oh, I love
who always
that.
does really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is great.
Um,
Especially if you're putting together a soundscape for
Yeah,
a home
yeah.
game. Because you can just
So,
plug it right into like your Bluetooth speaker and you can play you can have a whole soundboard. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. I really like Kevin's stuff. So check him out. And all of his stuff is linked in Roll20 as well. So you can actually
Nice.
I should say, you can typically find a lot of his stuff in the audio section of the Roll20 in the GM interface anyway. You won't be able to find it as a player, but it's really good. I've used a lot of it for my Dead Sons games.
Nice.
And this week we don't have to beg for icebreakers. We were inundated with a bunch of them from Ghost and Drunk Fat Ninja, although we welcome more.
Yes. Keep sending them. We'll keep answering them. We'll be here a while.
And that's about all I got. I think we can say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And let's hit that dusty trail, Nick.
We'll see you guys next time.